Let's have a look at a bit of a brugmansia conundrum. This is one of our favourites. This is brugmansia aurea, a version we got from East Grove Cottage Gardens many years ago. But it was grown from a cutting. We actually replaced it a couple of years ago, and it hasn't grown well, to be fair. If you look down here, you can see the original cutting, and then we had two side shoots. Actually, I've cut one off here already, but these two are very unstable, and they've grown up so high that the flowers are going to be much too high to enjoy. And also with brugmansias, let me just get close and show you. They don't flower until the plant has done a Y branch like this at the top, and you can see flowers developing on this one, too late for this year. So ideally what I'd want is a plant that's about, say, this tall from here up to the top. And the only way I can do that is by either cutting it right back to the bottom and letting one of these side growths grow, which will be very late for next year, or actually taking a cutting from the top. But again, that's going to be a bit slow. But there is a good way round this. Let me just take that off for a moment. So there's what I want. I want a bit that looks like that, but with the pot there. So I'm just going to take a cutting that is that big. So I'll cut it off round about here. Now I need to trim off all these large leaves up to where the plant splits here, and then I just reduce all these ones up here and take off all the flower buds, and then it looks more or less like this. So you've preserved that Y spread. In fact, there's three there, and then you just take the end of it and you push it down into a reasonable sized pot of compost. I'm sure, like all the cool kids, you're using peat-free compost. Give it a good water, put it in the greenhouse, mist it every day for a couple of weeks, and I'll show you what happens. That is, give it a bit of a mist, just water, and within a short time it'll generate roots, may well produce flowers by the new year. And here's one I did about 3 weeks ago. It's still looking very healthy and on its way to being a decent sized free flowering half standard plant next year, which is just perfect. Do have a go, but be careful. The sap is somewhat toxic and hallucinogenic, so do wash your hands afterwards. But if you take reasonable precautions, there's really very little risk.